Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints. Ready to get us started, it's Cade York, and we are underway from the Superdome. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's got room. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 65 yards. Alvin Kamara, Charles, a guy from your alma mater there in Knoxville, and he has developed into a perennial Pro Bowler on the strength of big plays like we just saw there. Again, it's Kamara. Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Saints need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Watson and the Browns now with a first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Throwing again is Watson. This complete to David Bell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
On first down, Watson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in and dropping for a loss of 4. Their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. Is it normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that? Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he completes it to Hunt. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 34. Now Watson. Throws right side, and that's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal? This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. David Bell from a yard out. And the Browns are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, an all-out battle on 4th and goal, offense versus defense, and the offense won it.
And I'm just wondering what was going through the minds of the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Were they playing the run too much? Were they not focused that the whole playbook was open in that situation? Give the offensive guys a lot of credit. I just wonder what the defensive guys were thinking.
Oh, this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Taking it right down Broadway. The 40. 20, 10, 5, and all the way into the end zone, and it's 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Pass midfield. Still going. And he won't get all the way into the end zone as he's out of bounds, but not before getting it down inside the 10.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure they thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Dalton. Caught on the slant. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and goal from the 1. A give to Kamara running right. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Did your high school have that same push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter if we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at his last snap of the ball, and boy, they created a nice play for themselves. Would they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. Touchdown, Saints! Jerron Johnson from 4 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The Browns drive about to get started. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 42 yards. And the Browns are back within a score. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal.
16, Browns 13. York to kick off for the Browns.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Andy Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Dalton now to pass. Alvin Kamara wheeling it in on back-to-back plays. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. He finds his man Johnson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, they picked up the first down. But I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped. And I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot. And it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
Kamara trying the right side. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Fourth down, Dalton wants to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Here's Dalton. And the catch made by Johnson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara as the first half is winding down. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Browns drive about to get started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Lutz now to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Browns drive about to get started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They go up the middle with Chubb.
Number 24, Nick Chubb.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Going out wide, finds Chubb. Running right through him. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Browns! Nick Chubb, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Over here. Yeah.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. There'll be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
93, 52, 93, 44.
A give. This is Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Dalton. Hard throw, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On 4th down, Dalton. And he's brought down. Can't do running with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Faking the give. Now Watson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Kamara. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
93, 52, 93, 40.
So Dalton now. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Hands up.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them in contract time. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Another chance for Dalton. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
That's complete. It's Bell. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Watson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watson to throw.
Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now Watson.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Watson. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
93, 52, 93, 44.
Big spot, Andy Dalton. And this one's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to Chris Olave.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Ingram. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output